So, a few days ago, I went on a gigantic rant about how much I hate forensic because I got screwed out of first place and got third. But I never talked about solution to that problem. And so, kind of hypocritical of me. So, I thought of a different sports that would, never happen, but in a hypothetical world could replace forensic because I hate it so much. So, like I said, none of these are actually going to happen because I don't think we could, one, be enough interest across the different blind schools, or two, build a big enough team to have these. So let's start with basketball. So this instantly brings up a problem because I don't think we can find enough people for a 5-on-5 basketball team between different schools. My friend Cameron and co-founder were playing basketball last night, but outside of them, I don't really know who could be on a basketball team at our school. And so you could possibly do 5-on-5 basketball, but it wouldn't work. Or you could do what they did in Special Olympics and have kind of a skill challenge, and where we just had to show up the skills for basketball, and they had like a point system for it. So we'd have to dribble the ball, I think like from up and down the free throw line, something like that, and they'd time us, and then whoever had the quicker time would win that. I think we had like a bounce pass challenge, something like that. I haven't done this in a good 5 years in Special Olympics, and then we kind of did this sort of 10-shot thing, which is another thing we could do. So this game called 10 Shot. I don't really know who came up with it, but we do it at our school during March Madness time. And so you have a basket, you get 10 shots kind of in the name. If you hit the backboard 1 point, the rim 3 point, make a basket 5 points, and you make up, you just count up who has the most points after your 10 shots. I lost 40-18 last night, so that didn't go well. But hypothetically, you could have like a giant NCASB 10-shot competition tournament. That would be something interesting, but that would never happen. Something else I thought of, we could do a softball. Again, this wouldn't work either because I don't think we could find enough people to care or do a baseball team. But also, for the ones that have no usual vision, they could do the softball skill challenge, like again I did in Special Olympics, where we would hit the ball for T for one thing, we would run around the bases and they time us, we do how far can you throw the softball, and then we would kind of do a fielding thing where they roll the ball across the ground and they tell you to go left or right with your glove, and you get the ball on your glove and just kind of tally up points that way. Of course, that would never happen. And then the third thing, kind of like baseball, but it's beat ball. Like, it's literally made for the blind. Why don't we have beat ball? I have no clue. Well, I can tell you why. Actually, we can't have visually impaired kids diving into the ground for balls, pause, and then potentially breaking their retinas and going completely blind. But, I mean, it's great. So what beat ball, if you don't know, so like in baseball, you have the catcher and the pitcher on the same team, and the batter's the one that's trying to get a hit. In beat ball, the catcher, batter, and pitcher are all on the same team, and you are trying to hit the ball. And so say you hit it to the right side. So if you hit it to the right side, the batter runs left and gets to these beeping bases, because the bases beep so you know where to go, because everyone's blindfolded. And there's like 8 freaking fielders or something, a bunch of people trying to go for the ball and stuff. I don't know how they all go for the ball and not get hurt. But yeah, and then you just score runs that way if you count it. It's like not running around the bases, because you only run to technically first or third base, whichever direction you hit the ball. And yeah, there's still strikers and stuff like that like regular baseball, but it would never happen. I that's the most likely one to happen because they're professional beat baseball teams. But I don't see that ever happening. So a couple possibilities that crazy.